If your to-do list looks like a graveyard of half-finished tasks, scribbled notes, and ideas you swear you'll get to someday, you're not alone. You don't need another planner. You need space. Let's break this down. Welcome to Ditch the Chaos, a snackable podcast for busy women who are done with burnout, rigid routines, and productivity guilt. You'll get clear, actionable strategies to reclaim your time and energy without planners, pressure, or one-size-fits-all systems. I'm Kara Chase, entrepreneur since 2015, mom of two, wife to one, and I am unapologetically caffeinated. Let's dive in. Let's talk about what's really broken with your to-do list. It's not you. It's all the systems you've been handed over the years that worked for someone else. If you've got sticky notes on your desk, 3 different apps with half-finished reminders, and a brain that won't shut up about everything you're supposed to do, you're not lazy, you're overloaded. Most productivity advice just piles on more structure, more planning, more doing. And when that doesn't work, the message is always, be more disciplined. Or my favorite, if it's important to you, you'll make the time. How do you make time when everything seems important? Let's stop pretending that writing it all down means you'll magically get it done. It's helpful to get clarity and get it all out of your head, but that's only one piece of getting out of overwhelm and into action. Here's the real issue. Traditional to-do lists operate on a hustle-based definition of productivity. Do more, check everything off, win the day. You can try to color code and organize and systemize that list all day long, but it doesn't solve the real issue. There's too much on that list to begin with. And every task feels urgent. Every checkbox feels like a test. And no matter how much you accomplish, it never feels like enough. So instead of feeling in control, you end up avoiding your list altogether because it's exhausting just to look at. Today, we're going to break that cycle. This is where the 30-minute to-do list reset comes in. It's 3 10-minute blocks and one massive mindset shift. No guilt required. Our first 10 minutes is the brain dump, and we're going to brain dump without rules. Get everything out of your head, every nagging task, every reminder, every half-baked idea. From email Sarah to buy dog food, to write the new blog, to finish the client report, just write it all down. You're not organizing yet. This is not about prioritizing. This is a mental detox. You don't need clarity yet. You need empty brain space. You need to stop holding it all in your head like a spinning hard drive that's about to crash. Women who are used to doing it all and keeping it all together rarely allow themselves to pause and do this. But trust me, this is how clarity begins. And if you don't allow yourself the time to do this, you'll never get out of overwhelm. The next 10 minutes is all about ruthless pruning. We want to slice 30% of that list immediately. Yes, I said 30%. Ask yourself these 3 questions. Does this need to happen this week? Does it even need to happen at all? And am I doing this because it matters or because I feel obligated? In episodes 2, 3, and 4, we launched this podcast with a series on time management for people pleasers, and we talked a lot about external obligations and how to take your time back. If these questions are hard for you, re-listen to episodes 2 and 3 in particular to dial in that mindset of boundaries with your time. It won't always feel hard, and you'll get better at deleting tasks the more you practice. Because being busy doesn't mean you're building the business or the life you actually want. It's a lie you've been told around hustle and output equating to value and self-worth. Deleting is not failing, deleting is focus. And if your brain is panicking at that thought, it just means you've been overcommitted for way too long. Now we're on to our final 10 minutes, what I call your Power 3. These are 3 priorities that you need to pick for the week, not the day, the entire week. These are your non-negotiables, and everything else is optional. And these might be bigger priorities that require a few subtasks throughout the week, or they could be a mix of work and personal. Like maybe it's planning your kiddo's birthday party. The reason this works is it forces you to truly prioritize, not just put everything in the important category and end up right in the overwhelmed place that you started. I'm sure you've heard this before, but when everything's a priority, nothing is. The goal isn't to finish everything. The goal is to finish what matters. And you'll be shocked at how productive you feel when your brain isn't bouncing between 17 browser tabs worth of open loops and trying to figure out how to squeeze your personal goals in between the cracks. 3 power priorities for the week. That's it. Now let's zoom out for a second. This reset process is not just a productivity trick or hack. It's a mindset shift. You're creating white space. And white space isn't lazy, it's where your clarity, creativity, and confidence live. You're giving your brain space to breathe. When you stop reacting to your list and start leading it, a few things are going to happen. You're going to stop spinning and you'll start finishing your most important work. You'll start feeling lighter mentally and emotionally, and you'll start making room for your actual life, not just the list that's been running it. Productivity is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters with intention. Here's your reset and reclaim action step for the week. Block off 30 minutes just once and set a timer and walk through this process. 10 minutes for your brain dump, everything. Personal, open loops, work, whatever is taking up space in your head. The next 10 minutes is for that ruthless pruning. And the last 10 minutes is for your power 3 priorities for the week. That's it. 1.5 hour, one list that finally feels doable, and one huge shift towards clarity over chaos. If you get stuck, especially in the second part with the ruthless pruning, hit me up on Instagram and tell me where you're having trouble. I'll see if I can help. I promise you're just one light bulb moment away from living this anti-hustle reset. Thanks for tuning in. If this episode helped you, subscribe so you never miss an update and share with another woman who needs to hear it. For more resources, show notes, and my Chaos Detox course, visit karachase.com. Until next time, I'm Kara Chase, reminding you to keep questioning the rules and making your own.